Hello and welcome all my dear thoughts channel little champs. How have you been? Children, I hope you all are good and you are watching all the lectures in the sequence it is being uploaded. My dear students, I also hope that you are sending all your work to your follow-up teachers regularly. You are not missing out any of the lectures, and if you are missing out, you are watching it later on. Children, as you know that to watch all the lectures in the sequence is very much important for you to do your work properly on the regular basis. And I also know that many of the students who are sending their work, they are very hardworking. They are not even missing out anything, even if I underline in my textbook, and which is very much remarkable. So dear students, as you know that in the previous lecture of science, we almost completed all the objective part from the exercise of the textbook. And now I hope that in this lecture as well, you are all set and ready with your rough book and your textbook, as textbook is not needed in this lecture because we are not only going to just do the exercise from the textbook, which is the remaining question of objectives, but then we will move on towards the next part of these objective type questions, which the questions will be from worksheet number 1 for our chapter 14. So I hope that all the students are ready with their books. If those who are having textbook, they have not taken out their rough book, I'll give you a couple of seconds. Please be ready with your rough book as well. I hope students you are ready with your books. So let us start chapter 14, our earth, exercise and worksheet. Welcome all the students once again, and now be ready to solve the remaining exercise from the textbook, and then we will jump on to the worksheet part of the chapter 14. You know that while writing the worksheet, I don't ask you to write the questions. I just ask you to write the answers, and then worksheet questions I send you in the PDF form. Later you can write down the answers from the PDF, or you can just take the printout. So let's get started. Please make sure answers should be written from the lectures properly. If you aren't watching the lecture properly, that means you are just doing the work of writing down the answer from the PDF file. If you are doing that, that means only learning the answers and writing it in the exam is important for you, not understanding the concept, which is not a sign of good student. And as I know that you all are a good student, you might be watching the lectures properly, you might be understanding the answers, the questions, and then writing it. Anyways, let's get started. I'm going to display the textbook on the screen. As you know that in the previous lecture, students, we have started question number 2. Question A, that means sub question A, which was give one word for the following, was already done now. So we are going to write question B. Then we will solve question and answers. That means I'm going to give you question and answers, which you have to write the answers. Only for that you have to write the answers in this lecture. Later from the PDF file you can write the questions. So please be fast. I should say a bit faster than you are usually. And let us solve question B. Give the heading question B. Give 2 example. See, in these some questions are such that for which we have only 2 examples. You cannot find any more than that. So please make sure that few examples, if you are finding of your own, you need to later verify your answer. So let's get started. Let us solve question B. Give 2 example answers. Number 1. Imaginary lines of the earth. Imaginary line of the earth. So which are the imaginary lines? Here again you are having only 2 examples. Exactly 2 examples. You cannot write more than that even if you want. So think about the answer. Your time starts now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0. So what are the examples? First we can say orbit. So the earth revolves around the sun on its fixed path. It does not lose its track while it's moving around the sun. So that fixed path is called orbit, which is the imaginary line, which you can see either in your textbook, or I have even displayed certain pictures when I was explaining you the chapter in which you saw the line. That is imaginary line. Again, the second example we can write here, axis. The earth rotates on its own axis. Now at one place when it rotates, it has the line passing through its middle, right? And it moves about it, which is axis, which is again the imaginary line. So these are the only two examples you can write for the question. So such questions are there sometimes that you have to learn the same answer for that. Okay, I hope that before I wrote it here, you have already written in your books. If not, please write it down. Question 2. Movements of the earth. Now when I was explaining you orbit and axis, I already almost said the correct answer for number 2 as well. So movements of the earth. Write the answers or try to write the answer. Your time starts now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0. So which are the movements? What kind of movements earth has? So first you can say rotation, or I should write revolution. Revolution. What else? What kind of the movement it has? It has rotation. Okay. Now rotation happens on the axis, revolution happens on the orbit. This is why I have written the answers like this. Revolution means when the earth moves around the sun, it is revolution. And but when the earth, the movement of the earth which is on its own, like about the axis, round and round at the same place, it is called rotation, because of which we can observe day and night on the earth. Yes, obviously at the different time lapse, at the different times we can observe day and night. Like the example was given even in your textbook that when it is a day in America, daytime in America, in India we might observe the night time. This is why rotation was explained very clearly. Like when if the one part of the earth faces towards the sun, it has the daytime, and the other opposite side, it has the night time, it has dark. Anyways, number 3, activities that make the air unclean. Activities that makes the air unclean, that means dirty. So making the air unclean topic was there on page number 143 in your textbook. Humans are damaging, harming the environment. In that the point was there that we make the air unclean. In which way? Try to find it out. Your time starts now. 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1 and 0. So here how do we make the air unclean? I am not going to write the answer in detail because here the small blank is given. We can write simply vehicles, using vehicle or using inappropriate vehicle, I could say, because in few vehicles people use bad quality of diesel or gas or petrol, because of which the gas comes out from the silencer, which harms the nature a lot. Sometimes we see the buses, auto rickshaws from which the smoke comes out, because of which we even can't open our eye for minutes or seconds. So vehicle, and then we can say factories, or factory, I can write in singular. Okay, so these are the two reasons, or these are the two main reasons because of which people harm the air. People just, makes the air unclean by using these two things. Yes, factories, but they should manage the way that the smoke does not harm the nature, does not harm the air. Number 4, causes of pollution of water bodies, because of which or for what reasons water bodies are polluted. Your time starts now. Find the answer. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0. Okay, the first reason could be washing the clothes. Washing the clothes could be the first reason. Yes, we wash our clothes in the ocean or the sea near us, because of which we are spoiling the water. Just imagine, just because of our uses, personal uses, we spoil the water, which animal then drinks, and then they may die or they may suffer from the severe diseases. The next example you can write, throwing plastic. Throwing plastic. So this could be the second reason. I'll write down here, throwing the plastic. This could be the second reason. We throw the plastic bags or the wastes from the factories in the water bodies, oceans and seas, and then later the sea animal, the water animals, the animals which live in the water, the plants in the water, they die because of these wastes. So these are the two examples here. And the last question, reasons for cutting down the trees. Why do we cut down the trees? And if we cut, we should plant the tree at the same day on the same place. Anyways, why do we cut down the trees? Write any two reasons. Your time starts now. 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. I hope you have written the answer. Sorry, I forgot to count. And 0. Okay. So now here we can say that grow crops. So farmers or the people wants to use that particular land for the farming purpose, so they cut down the trees, they cut down the woods, they destroy the jungles, and they utilize, they capture or they conquer that much part. Next reason we can write that to build houses. This is very common reason. And then people say it is my forest house. No. Yes, you might be enjoying that environment, but just imagine that if population increases there like you, will you be able to enjoy that environment? No. Same happens with the animals who are living in the forest. You are indirectly the invaders for them. So these are the two reasons, or these are the two examples we can say. I hope students you were also writing the answers, at least not before when I was giving you the time, but at least when I was typing it on the screen. See, sometimes it happens that you are not able to find the answer. It's okay. But try to recall the topics we have studied throughout the chapter. If you have paid attention properly when I was explaining you the chapter, you will definitely get the answer before I type on the screen. Now is the time. Let's write the question answers. Here you can see these are the question and answers for chapter number 14. Students, you have to just write the answer number and answers. Later when I send you the PDF, you can write the questions. So be ready. On the new page, give the heading question and answers, please. I hope you are giving the heading with the proper date. And don't forget to write it with the neat and clean handwriting, because you have to send your work to the follow-up teachers as well. Okay, now I'm going to read the question. You can start writing the answer. I'm going to ask you to repeat the answer with me. At that time, you have to repeat it. Question 1. What is the shape of earth? What is the shape of earth? Is it flat? No. I hope you have started writing the answer anyways. The answer is the earth is spherical or spherical in shape. The earth is spherical in shape. Okay, now please repeat this answer with me. The earth is spherical in shape. I suppose you should have finished writing the answer by now. Question 2. What causes day and night? You can write A and D and rather than just jotting down this from the screen when I send you the PDF. So what causes day and night? I hope that you have started writing the answer. Rotation causes day and night. Rotation movement of our planet Earth causes day and night. This is what I even explained you when we were solving just the textbook exercise. Okay, now please repeat this answer after me. Rotation causes day and night. Okay. Now the next question is, what is rotation? Now, do you remember, students, what is rotation? Very easy question, I must say. So, please start writing the answer. Spinning movement of the earth about its axis is called rotation. Spinning movement of the earth about its axis is called rotation. I hope you have written. Now please repeat it with me. I hope whenever I am asking you to repeat, you are repeating it loudly and clearly as you usually did in the classroom. Spinning movement of the earth about its axis is called rotation. Okay, I know, and suppose that you are getting the proper time to write the answer and you are finishing the answers now in the lecture. So later you just have to write the questions. Okay, question 4. How much time Earth takes to rotate on its axis? How much time Earth takes to rotate on its axis? I hope that you have written the answer. Yes, I will use this word that you have written because it is of 3 words. Answer is nearly 24 hours. Nearly 24 hours. No need to repeat this because all of us know that a day is of 24 hours and the earth takes 24 hours for rotation. That is why we are observing day and night in 24 hours. Now the last question. What harms our environment? Write 3 reasons. So I hope that you have started writing this answer. Reason number 1, cutting down of trees. Number 2, making water dirty. And number 3, making air unclean. I suppose you are still writing, but please also repeat it with me. Reason number 1, cutting down of trees. I hope you are repeating. Number 2, making water dirty. And number 3, making air unclean. So these are the 3 reasons because of which or how do we harm the environment. This way we harm the environment. Okay, now is the time we will jump on to the worksheet part 1 of chapter 14. I hope that you all are ready with the new page. If not, please be ready. Give the heading worksheet 1 chapter 14 on the new page. Let's start it. Okay, students, this is the worksheet as you can see on your screen, chapter 14, our earth. I hope you all are getting ready with your books and the heading, like I said. Okay, now please give the heading question A. Just write question A. No need to write full heading, whatever is written here in the title. What do we have to do? Yes, you all might be knowing now, because since chapter 1 we are solving these kind of questions in the worksheet. So you have to underline the incorrect word, you have to replace it with the correct word. So your duty is to read the sentence, find out which word in the sentence makes the sentence incorrect, remove that and put the correct word in the blank. Very easy. I hope you are ready. Just write the incorrect word in the first line and the correct word in the second line of answer. Don't write the questions or don't write the statements written here on the screen. I hope my instruction is pretty clear to you. Let's get started. Question A, number 1. The imaginary line passes through the side of the earth. The imaginary line passes through the side of the earth. Okay. Just when we read, we will come to know what is wrong in the sentence, but it's my duty to give you the time. So your countdown starts. Please write the answers. Try to write it on your own. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0. Okay, let's first underline the incorrect word. What is the incorrect word? Side. Yes, side is the incorrect word, right? There are two imaginary lines. One is orbit, which is around the sun. Obviously, this is not at all what is mentioned here. Passes through. Obviously, the correct answer is center of the earth, which is axis. So here we have to write center. Let us write the answer. CENTRE, center. So the imaginary line passes through the center of the earth or the middle of the earth is axis. Have you written the same answer, students, or have you written something else? So even if you have any query or any doubt, you can just take the screenshot or whatever query you have in your answer, you can take the photo and send it to me and ask me, and I'll revert back as soon as possible to you. Question 2. The earth is actually flat and not round in shape. Okay. Start finding the incorrect word and write the correct one. Your time starts now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0. So the earth is actually flat and not round in the shape. No, it is not flat. Obviously flat is incorrect word. Yes, it is not exactly the round, but of what shape it is? Spherical. It should be the answer. The earth is actually spherical and not round in the shape. So it is not exactly the circle, it is spherical in the shape. A bit flat from the top and from the surface. Pressed in a bit. Okay, I hope that you have written these answers. Now the last question of today. So question B, please give the heading question B. Give one word for the following. Again, very easy topic it is. Here as you can see, I am not provided with the blanks here, so I am just going to write the answer beside the questions. So let's get started. Number 1, spinning movement of the earth on its axis. So which is that movement on its axis? Write the answer. Your time starts now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0. So what is that movement called? Rotation. Correct? I have just written the answer here. Rotation. On its axis, it rotates. I hope that you have written the same answer. If not, please write it down. Okay. Number 2. The movement of the earth around the sun in a fixed path. See, I read it in the way that you will get the hint. Your time starts now. Please try to find out the answer on your own. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and 0. Yes, many parents came in the parents teachers meeting and they said that, sir, in the given time when my child is writing the answer, he or she is becoming very happy that they got the answer in the limited time, just in 5 seconds or 6 seconds. So I really appreciate those type of feedbacks. At least your children are trying to find the answer. So anyways, the answer here is revolution. Yes, this movement is called revolution. And the last question, an imaginary line running through the center of the earth. What is that? Find it out and send me in the homework. So let's see how many of you will send it. How many of you are consistent student? So here I end my today's session of worksheet, and I hope that you have got question answers. When I send you the PDF file, you can jot down the questions for whatever you have not written. So have a nice day. Take care. Goodbye.